Thanks to italki for sponsoring this video. More on them later. Since I'm a millennial, I have a lot of pictures from my childhood that are actually printed out instead of on a phone. Let's practice our English today as I show you my childhood growing up in the United States. This is a picture from when I was born on April 20th, 1988. I weighed 8 pounds 14 ounces and I was 22 inches long. I was born just outside Cleveland, Ohio, and that's where I grew up as well. On the back of this picture, this is from when I was 1 year old, and you can see I'm already interested in letters and language maybe, and eating magnets. Here's another picture my grandma wrote on the back of this. Gavin in Florida, February 7th, 1990. So I was almost 2 years old, again playing with the alphabet. This is on vacation with my parents in 1992 on the beach in Michigan. My mom's a redhead, as you can see, and so she thought that maybe I would be a redheaded kid as well, but alas, I am not. I think my dad still wears the exact same watch to this day. Here's me in 1994 in first grade. We have 12 grades in the United States. First grade is when you're about 6 years old, and I'm with my grandparents here. My grandfather was in the Army, and he's wearing a leather jacket that looks like someone in the Army would wear when they're older. This is a picture of me fishing, probably in 1994 or 1995. It doesn't have a date on the back. I don't look like I'm having a lot of fun, and that's probably because I didn't have patience for fishing, and even today I'm not a huge fan of fishing because I still don't have a lot of patience. It's the virtue I most lack. Here's me doing one of my favorite activities, which is shoveling snow. I love shoveling snow even to this day. I don't know why. It's good exercise. It's nice to be out in the fresh air in the winter. This is in front of the house I grew up in. It was a brick house, and there's a leftover pumpkin from Halloween and a turkey that my mom would put out for Thanksgiving every year, a decoration. And so this is probably in November of 1995 maybe, when I was 7 years old. I started piano lessons when I was 6 years old. This is also in 1997, so it looks like I'd been learning piano for about a year or two, and I kept taking lessons until I think 2004, 2005, so 8 or 9 years. I miss it. Someday I would love to have a piano in our house and to be able to play again a lot. This is 1998, again in November, and I'm eating breakfast in the morning with my dad. Every morning we would eat breakfast together at the counter before he'd go off to work, and he used to work in a steel plant as one of the managers. Looks like I'm maybe eating toast and I have a glass of orange juice. I don't think I was a morning person back then, but nowadays I love mornings. I love a good cup of coffee. I love cooking and eating today, and I definitely did back then too. There was a year when I was maybe 10 or 11, like I am in this photo, that I loved trying to make different foods for the first time. So this is the very first time that I tried to make my own pizza. This photo is, my face is really red in that photo, but it was because it was after I won a spelling bee. So American kids have to learn how to spell words in English, and because the spelling is so difficult, we have entire competitions for kids who can remember how to spell the most words. I was at the end of 5th grade, and the word that I won on was committee, and oddly enough, the winner of a spelling bee gets a dictionary. It seems like the loser of the spelling bee should be the one to get the dictionary. Later that summer, I broke my left wrist. I was rollerblading at a friend's birthday party and I took a hard fall. And you can see I had all my friends sign my blue cast, and I still have a terrible bowl cut, we call it, when it looks just like an upside down bowl over your head. That's the only bone I've ever broken, luckily. Here's me just after the year 2000, and for some reason I thought I was super cool because I had orange paint in my hair. This was when I started to first put my hair like back, like spike it up, when I was a kid as well. It was the style back then, and apparently it's the style again now. My family took one big international vacation when I was a kid, and we went to England and Wales. And I remember being amazed the first time I saw bilingual signs. This one is a sign in English and in Welsh. And it was around this time I was really into Hawaiian shirts for some reason as well. But maybe this was the start of my love of foreign languages. Speaking of foreign languages, many of you know that I'm learning Czech, and I watch Czech YouTubers to help me practice, and so I wanted to thank Esther Starling for her video showing photos of her childhood, which gave me the idea for this video.
Mých dvou oblíbených věcí a jako houpání mě neomrzelo doteď, no. Jednou, až budu mít zahradu, tak si tam postavím velkou houpačku a budu se houpat každý den.
If you're interested in becoming more fluent in English or any other foreign language, I recommend the website italki, where you can find natives of whichever language to practice your conversation with. For many of us, talking is the hardest part of learning a foreign language. And it was by having 2 conversations every week in Portuguese and now in Czech that I became fluent in both of these languages. Check out my links in the description below to get $10 to try this awesome learning tool and to be my language learning partner there on italki. Because there's nothing better than talking with a native speaker to improve your English or your Czech or your Arabic or your Japanese. This is in Trafalgar Square in London, and many of you know that pigeons are my favorite animal. Maybe this is where the love affair began. This is probably my 13th or 14th birthday. This is a birthday cake with the mascot of my favorite baseball team, the Cleveland Indians. Oh wait, I could just count the candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. Oh yeah, and I was 13 because I have braces in that picture too. I had braces for about a year and a half to fix my teeth. I have braces in this picture too, and this picture is in April of 2001 on a vacation to New York City, and you can see the Twin Towers behind me here. Yeah, September 11th was a crazy day, and I remember coming home from school and running upstairs to grab this photo. Even then I couldn't believe that I had a photo of me in front of the Twin Towers before they fell. Crazy. Here I am with our dog Micah growing up. He's a miniature schnauzer. He must have been 2 or 3 years old in this photo. Winters were cold and often icy in Ohio, and one activity we would often do is surf on a sled down our slanted driveway, which would often be completely covered with ice. And so here I am surfing in Ohio in the winter. I have never tried surfing in an actual ocean before. Here is me at school. You can see I have a trapper keeper and a textbook. And as I was going through these photos, I realized that this one had something written on the back of it. Hey Gavin, just thought I would give you this picture. You look good in it. Send it to someone, LOL. It's fun having you in my science class. Hope you have a great year this year. Good luck, Jilly. Wow, I don't even know if I remember who Jill was. You can see that our Y at the end of names is like Inu or Inya, like Jilinya in this case. Alright, well, puberty hit, and here I am without braces and quite a bit older looking. My hair got a lot darker. I think my cousin took this photo. We were on a camping trip together, and this is when we were all able to drive when we were 16, so I think he's in the driver's seat of this photo looking over at me in the passenger seat. What am I even doing in this photo? Like I said, I was not much of an athlete growing up, but I liked school and I also liked music, and I played drums in the drum line of our school's marching band. So this is when I was 17, and so at every high school football game, I was in the stands playing this set of 4 drums, which were called quads. I miss that. I miss playing drums at an extremely high volume outside. For adults, that's usually not socially acceptable. This photo was from the summer before I went to college. My old Buick is in the background there, and I'm mowing our lawn on our riding mower there and growing out my hair again, which it looks like it's getting a little blonder. This is me probably when I'm 18 or 19 years old. One of my cousins took this when we were all together for Thanksgiving again, in front of a slightly dirty lake. And actually, here's a picture of all of my cousins together. Back then, we would all huddle around a laptop. Maybe we were watching YouTube. This is probably 2008. There I am right there. Not much has changed today. The only difference is that we all just huddle around cell phones to look at different things. All of my cousins are the same age, and so it's always really fun to get together with them. Family reunions and Thanksgiving and so on. And finally, I met my future wife in 2008 when I was 20 years old. This is one of the first pictures that we have together, I think. It's fun to look back on some of our old photos together and how young we look. And I can't believe that I've known her for over 10 years now. And finally, this is a picture of us on Lake Michigan, I think in the state of Indiana. Good times. We have a common expression in English: don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. And so while I'm a very nostalgic person and I get very sentimental often looking at all of these old photos, it's a good reminder to be thankful that they happened, but to be excited about living in the here and now, and of course to continue to look forward to the future. So this was cool. I think I'm going to start printing more photos off of my phone because it's fun just to hold them and to look at them. I hope this video helped you. Make sure to check out my channel for other videos completely in English. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video. Peace out.